Keith here. Today I'm going to be playing a game of Long Range Desert Group. It's by Decision Games, and I don't know if it's still available. I think it probably is, but it's Special Operations against Rommel. And I'm going to play it, and as I go along, I'm going to explain how we're doing it. It uses the Commando minigame system rules, so I'm just going to do one mission. So you have mission, you're given a mission, and you choose one of 4 mission cards. So I'm going to just choose this one. All right, so delay at all costs. So that gives you a mission that you have to complete, which are units. So what is this mission? Place 3 real objectives and 1 minefield. So I have a history sheet. So delay at all costs is 1942. Afrika Korps is racing for Alexandria. It's up to you to give 8th Army the time it needs to dig in at Alamein. So it's an harassment mission. So place 3 real objectives and 1 minefield. So these right here are your objectives or minefields. All right, and these go face down. So let's see if I need 3 objectives and 1 minefield. There you go. So there's 3 objectives and 1 minefield. And you place these, and there's a table here that says where you place them, and you roll on the table to see where they're placed, and that's going to be your goal. All right, so let's read the rest of the card. The Afrika Korps is at Mersa Matruh, so this represents the Dutch Afrika Korps, and you have to avoid that place. You can't go through that. So I'm going to so they're going to be right there on the way to Alamein. Now, you cover 1 real objective and KIA. So for every enemy you eliminate, you gain a KIA point. If they eliminate you for this particular version of the game, you lose a KIA point. So I have to get 9 KIA points and only 1 real objective. So the whole thing here is just causing KIA points, not so much objectives. But I do have to get 1 objective at least. You get 10 operations. Operations are turns, and you can gain or lose operations depending on the outcome of battle. And you also have these cards right here, and these are event cards, and you draw an event card whenever for each turn. So, and you get 40 recruit points. So here's a schedule, and you buy units to try to accomplish the objectives. And I get 1 leader, and stacking is 5. So leaders give you +1 to your initiative dice roll. So I'm going to mix these up, and then we're going to roll to see where these are placed. So I have my dice here. I'm going to roll the dice. 33, so that's a 6. So it's 1942, so it's going to be placed in Tobruk right here. So that's going to be one of the possible objectives. Let's roll. All right, roll the 6 again. 3, so Derna. So I have to take one of these and put it at Derna. I have to find Derna. Okay, here's Derna. All right, I'm gonna roll again. That's 6 again, man. 8. So 8 is Sidi Barrani. So where is Sidi Barrani? Sidi Barrani is right here. Okay, so that's good. That's kind of near the front. Right. But I'm going to have to go all the way around to reach it because you have to go around I have to go around the Afrika Korps. And 7. So 7. You look at this chart. 7 is going to be Benghazi. So there's Benghazi. So I have to. So 1 of these is a minefield, and 3 of these are objectives. So I have to go to the objective, capture the objective, and I'm either going to start in Alexandria or Cairo. That's where all my missions start. So now what I have to do is I have 40 recruit points according to this card, and here's the cost for the different things that I have. So what I like to do is I put this right here. Right, so negative means I'm going through it for the first time, and I just move these down as I go. When I reach 0, I'll go up. All right, so and then that'll be 40. So what I'm going to buy is I'm going to buy the Marines. And I believe the Marines cost how many? Let's see. Royal Marines cost 6. So 5, 6. And then I'm going to buy, let's see, armored car. I'm going to buy an armored car. So 5, 6. I'm buying all the expensive things first. I'm all out of love. Air supply. So air supply, that's only 3, and I'll put it in the air available box. 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to do an air strike for 5 points. Is my air strike. I'll put in the air available. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I used half my units now. So now I'm on the plus side of this. By the way, this is the kill in action chart. I'm just using it to keep track of the points I've spent. So what else we got up here? I'm going to supply column is always good to have. And supply column gives you an extra movement, and it gives you a +1 to the dice roll in combat. If you want to eliminate it, you can get +1 to the dice roll in combat. So it's my 2 supply columns. Sappers, wireless truck. You need a wireless truck in order to call in airstrikes. So a wireless truck is 2, so that's going to cost me 2 more. And I'm going to take another wireless truck. Now you can have as many missions as you want on the board. 1, 2. But every time they do something, counts as an op. So I have 10 operations in this, so I put the op point over there. So do I have a leader? I have 1 leader. So I had David before. I'm going to take Ralph this time. And the leaders can do movement 3, attack 1. And they don't cost anything. So now I want jeeps, a jeep patrol. So I'm going to take some jeep patrols. So I got 1 jeep patrol for 2 points. And I want another jeep patrol for 2 points. So that's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have 10 points left. And then I'm going to do 1 truck patrol, 2 truck patrols, 3 truck patrols for 6 points. And that leaves me with 1, 2, 4 more points. Now they have psyops, they have sappers. I'm not going to use psyops or sappers. I'm just going to buy 2 more. I'm going to buy a truck patrol and a jeep patrol. The difference between truck patrols and jeep patrols. Jeep patrols reroll 2 dice and it can move 3 hexes or 3 boxes. This is an area movement game. This is actually the first area movement game I played. I'm used to hex and dice. And a truck patrol has 3 attack and only 2 movement. So this right here is my unit, so I'm going to reset that to there. And alright, I'm all set, so I'm good to go. So everything else goes into the recruit pool and moves off toward the side. Okay. So these are the units that I can form my groups out of. So let's get these organized a little bit. And I can combine these, mix and match these. So there's 4 different possible missions. You draw a mission card. For the first 3 times I played this, I drew the same card. This is the first time I played something different. I kept doing Crusader, and I still haven't won, but I am learning. All right. So now the missions start in either Alexandria or Cairo. All right. So I'm going to start at Cairo because I want to go around and reach these markers right here, and Mesa Mertra is blocked. So And the first mission is going to be, I'm just going to take the armored car, I think, and I'm going to try and get some intel. Now, with what you can get intel cards, you're able to flip these over. So they're very valuable, or you can go by water, or, so I'm going to take that. I'm not going to take my leader with me. I am going to take one Jeep because they go fast. My stacking limit's 5. And a supply, no, supplies only go 2. All right. So now that's going to be my first mission. That's going to be just the armored car and the truck. So I'm going to spend 1 op point. And I can move him up to 3. 1, 2, 3. 2. So I'm going to 3, and then I'm going to stop here. So I would have to stop there anyways, because once you're in a sand hex for the Katara Depression and the Great Sand Sea and the Kalancho Sand Sea, you have to stop, and your turn ends over there. So that's where I'm going to stop, and I have to draw an event card. Now there is a safe line. So this right here is the 1941 safe line. That's probably why so everything to the right of that in 1941 is safe. But the safe line for 42 is these, so everything over there is safe. So I'm not in safe, so I have to draw a card. But drawing a card is good because it can sometimes give me intel. Roll 1 supply convoy. So now we found some op 4. So it says roll 1 die, divide by 2, and round up any fraction. So I'm going to roll. It's good. So I only get 1 enemy unit, so I might survive this. So the enemy unit's going to be 7, so that means they get 7 dice rolls. So I'm hoping that I get the initiative before they do. So I'm going to... So if I put that there, so you basically take turns. So the initiative is a 6-sided dice with the advantage going to the commandos, to the British, if there's a tie. So this is going to be for me 3, and this is going to be for the Germans 3. So I win the initiative. So I get 2 dice against that 1 tank there. So nothing happens. So I need a 5 or 6. 5 panics and 6 is a retreat. So now they get 7 dice rolls. That's the most powerful unit you can face, that tank right there. Oh. So for the first 2, they didn't do anything. They're looking for a 5 or a 6. All right, so 6, so that eliminates this unit right here. So now to complete the turn, this armored car. All right, so, and that also, I go down on the KIA chart to -1, showing that I lost a unit. So now I get 4 dice rolls against that tank. And I eliminate it. So I survive the combat, and I get an extra op point, and it's over. So I'm basically, for our points, where I started from, which is very good. All right. Let me just check. So I did start here, 1, 2. Oh yeah, 3. All right, yep. So I'm right where I started for the off points. I did lose a truck unit, but those are kind of bleed off units anyway. So that's it. So now I spend another turn. I get 3 points. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and I'm at Jarabub. So now I draw a card. I'm looking for intel, and I don't get it. I get the combat. And for fortress or an airfield card. So this is not a fortress. This is not an airfield card. So I discard that, and I pick another one. Hopefully it's intel. Morale check. If KOA index is currently positive, gain 2 ops. If negative, lose 2 ops. So I lose 2 operations. That hurts, because you're limited the number of operations. Bad morale, I lost 2 operations. So go with the next turn. I'm going to spend an operation to activate this. And I am going to go into Sidi Barrani. 1, 2, 3. So I draw a card, and Sandstorm, roll 1 dice, and or it's eliminated. If I roll a 6-sided die, if I roll a 1, it's eliminated, and it's eliminated. So, unfortunately, I'm in kind of bad shape now because I lost 2 of my big units. I didn't accomplish anything, and it does happen in this game. So now I'm going to create another group. I'm going to create Jeeps. I like Jeeps. Jeeps are fast, so I'm going to create another group with 2 Jeeps. And here we go. So now I'm going to go 3, 1, 2, 3. So we'll be in the Katara Depression again. I'm going to draw a card. And it's a Heron Force. Roll 1 die, divide by 2. But with this force, they win any tactical superiority dice. I only get 1, and I get 1 op, only 1 op point if I so. This is not good. So luckily I rolled good again. I rolled a 1, so I got pick one of these. I'm hoping it's one with just a 2. 5, okay, that's pretty, that's a good unit. So I line these up. Now they're gonna win any ties here. So this is the axis. Ah, yes, I rolled a 6. Unless they roll a 6, I have advantage. They rolled a 1, so at least I saw them before they saw me. Hopefully I can get a 5 or 6 here and end this combat quickly, and I did. My KAs go back to 0, and I get 1 op. So that was good. I got lucky there, so I'm back to 7 ops. And I didn't lose anybody with this Jeep patrol. So now I'm going to, in turn 7, so I go to turn 6, I'm going to move 1, 2, 3 up to the Jarabub. And Afrika Korps offensive. Now, before I was getting all intel, now I'm getting all the offensive. For each objective marker you currently control, you get 1 OP. I don't control any objectives, so I don't gain 1 OP. If you currently control no objectives, then lose 1 OP. So I just lost a point. That hurts. Reshuffle all discarded event cards. So that basically resets the deck. That hurts because operation points are basically action points. And basically it's the amount of turns you get. So I'm reshuffling the event cards. Hopefully I get some intel cards at the top. Right. So I'm going to use, we're down to 4 op points. And we go, 1, 2, 3. So I'm back here on Sidi Barrani, and I draw for the movement intel. All right, so this is what I need. So reveal 2 objective markers, or take 1 additional operation, or make 1 air or water move. Very, 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 very valuable. So now I have, because I'm on an objective marker, before I turn it over, I have to draw another card. Op 4, Bedouins. If the operating force, which is me, has a leader or supply column, gain 1 op, or reveal 1 objective marker, which I don't have a leader or supply, so I lose an op. So I'm down to 3 because I didn't have anybody to negotiate with the Bedouins. But now I can turn this over, and it's the minefield. So for each unit I have to roll. If it's a 6, that's eliminated. So I just want to double check on that. Alright, if no event card is drawn when a minefield is revealed, alright, in the same space. Each time a unit, alright. So all this will do, alright, so if I roll a 6 for either of these, they're not eliminated, but it gives me a KIA point. Yep, -1. Remember, I need 9 KIA points right here, so only for the second unit. Alright, so at least I know now. At least I know. Right. But I'm getting way down on my operations here. So I'm going to use an operation, and I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 into Tobruk. That minefield stays there. Now I draw a card. I'm hoping and praying it's Intel. Raid, pick one of your forces west of the safe line, and I'm going to have to fight some Op 4 units. Alright, here we go again. That's not good. And this time we don't divide this by 2, we just take the number. So I have to face 3 units. So my guys come over here, 1, 2. And I get 3 enemy units. Okay, that's not too bad. 1, and this fell over 2. So that's not too bad right here. Right, so they go in order 3, couple 3s, 1. Alright, so if I get initiative, that will be huge for me. I need initiative here. And it's 6, so I will get initiative. Because even if they tie, I still get the initiative, so this guy's going to attack that, obviously. And then they go, and this guy attacks that. Well, it goes in order. Alright, so we're going to do that. So now I get 2 dice against this unit. And, alright, so either way I rolled 3 dice, but one of them would have been at least a panic. So 1, 2, or 3, it's a panic. 4, 5, or 6. Okay, so it's a panic. So if it's a panic, that unit can attack. Alright, and it counts as a KIA point for me. Now the second unit. So now they get 3 dice against my Jeep. So my guy's panicked. He's not going to be able to get an attack. And then this guy right here can attack. And he's going to attack my remaining unpanicked unit. And he doesn't. Alright. So now we roll for initiative. These guys obviously are panicked and can't be in this. So for me, nope. I rolled a 1. They rolled a 5, so they go first. So they'll get 3 rolls on my Jeep. And they do nothing. So now I get my 2 rolls against them. I do nothing. That guy over there in the corner, he gets his roll. He gets 1. But either way, he didn't do anything. Neither of those would have had effect. So now we go to another round. My initiative is 5. Their initiative is 3. Hopefully I can eliminate this guy. They're getting a 5 or 6. And I guess 6, so he's eliminated. So that's another point in my favor. And, alright. So now all they got left is him, so they get 1 dice roll. And they do nothing. So now we go to the next turn and we roll for initiative. My initiative is a 6, so they can't win. So now I have my 2 dice rolls. I'm hoping for a 5 or a 6. And I get it. So it eliminates that. And I get another point. So the panic unit is out of play. And we're right here. So now, right over there. So now I have to draw another card. And I gain 2 op points because for fighting them. Oops. So I get two more operations for fighting and winning them. Which is good because I needed them. Alright, so what happens to the panic unit after turn? Alright, so it loses its panic status. And we know this is an well, we know this is... Why do we have 2 mines? I was only supposed to have 3 mines, I believe, right? Yeah, 3 real objectives and 1 minefield. So this was supposed to be... One of these was supposed to be an objective, so... I'm going to make this one right here the objective. So I made things a little bit more difficult on myself because there's a chance that that could have been an objective. But this is an objective. But I have to roll another combat. This card applies only a fortress or airfield town. So that Tobruk is a fortress. So I roll 1 die worth of units. They're going to have 6 units, and I am not going to like this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's 7, ugh, 6. So all these units against my 2 little units. The big mistake I made in this game, this scenario, I could have had a stack of 6 units. I only had 2. If I had the stack of 6 units, I probably would have done a lot better. I don't even have the radio. If I had the radio, I could send in the bombers. All right, well, it's got to begin somewhere, so let's go. Things are very bad. They have 12, 17, 20, 25 rolls to my 4 each turn. If I can eliminate that 7 though, they'll only have 18 rolls to my 4. All right, here's my initiative, 4. And here's their initiative, 4. So I win ties. So I get 2 rolls against that tank, or 2 dice. Don't do anything. They get their 7 against me. And I'm panicked, so that eliminates me from being in competition. I lose a point. All right. So now this guy goes. He's going to have 2 rolls against that 5. That 5 is eliminated. I get a point. Now everybody else gets a shot at me over here. So he'll go first with 5 rolls. Nothing. Well, that one gets 2 more actually. Nothing. So now the plane right here gets 3 rolls. 5. So I'm panicked. So they're going to eliminate me. All right. So I lose 2 ops, which means I have 2 ops left. And I lose 2 KIA points. So I'm back where I started from. And these guys go back in the pool. So now I do have my intelligence card. My intelligence card over here. Did I spend that yet? Yeah, I didn't spend my intelligence card. My intelligence card gives me an extra op. Or I can, now I'm not worried about these objectives. That's the only objective I care about, so I'm going to take the extra op. So I'm going to get an extra operation. Now I'm going to have to form another force. So this time I'm going for it. I'm going to have a supply. I'm going to have a truck convoy. I'm going to have a truck convoy. I'm going to have a truck convoy. That's 4 units. My stacking is 5, so actually I need 1 more, and I'm going to have my wireless so I can call in air, and I'm going to put my leader. So a little bit more substantial group is going to be headed out this time from Cairo. There we go. Alright, starting from Cairo. So I got 3 op points left. I'm going to spend an op point. And I'm going to move 2, 1, 2, and I'm still behind friendly lines, so I don't draw a card, which in a way stinks because I need a card. So I'm going to spend another. I have 1 operation point left. I'm going into the Katara Depression. I'm going to have to stop, and I draw a card. Supply convoy. Roll 1 die, divide by 2. round up any fractions. So we got another combat here. So, but this time it's only supply convoy, so 3 divided by 2 is 1.5, so I only have 2 enemy units. But this is good, because if I defeat these right here, I get 2 more ops, and I'm down to my last op. So if I don't defeat them, the game is over anyways. Well, I'll have 1 more op next turn. Mix these up. Closing my eyes, drawing 2. I want that one and that one. So I got 5 and a 4. Alright, but I have all my guys here. Plus I have +1 to my initiative roll too, so. Alright. Plus I have an airstrike which I can call in. Plus I can use up that to get an extra 1. So I got 3, 3, and then another truck, and then the wireless. Alright, here we go. So first we roll for initiative. I'll be +1 to my initiative. Hopefully I win it. 3, so I'm 4. And there they get the initiative. So they're going to roll their 5 against that truck. That truck is eliminated. And that's a negative point. So now I get my 3 rolls against that tank unit. That tank unit is panicked, so it's going to be out of play. And I get point. Now I get my 3 rolls. So I'm going to say these are going against him right there. And he's panicked. So I won that combat. So I lose the panic status. Because that was panicked but not eliminated. So that's good. So I don't lose any units. I gain 2 op points because I won the battle. Let's say I gain 2 op points on the card. And I'm good. So now I can pick up this marker right here. And I can start my journey back into my lines. So I have to bring that airfield all the way back to my home base in order to get credit for it. I still got air supply. Oh, I forgot. I also can move, because I have a supply convoy, I can move 3 spaces. 3 areas. So I wasn't using that. So I'm going to use an op. Get my supply convoy. 1, 2, 3. Now I draw a card. Saharan Force, roll 1 die, divide by 2. It's not good. Because with the Saharan Force, so they get 2. They get 2 units, and they win any ties. So, well, that's good. We'll get that guy right there. And some armored cars, so. Alright, so match them up. He goes there. There's my wireless. I can call in my airstrike. And I'm gonna have this guy who's usually carry the objective marker. So rolling for initiative, they win ties. So this is me, 2, and this is them. 2, they win the ties. So 5 against 3. So they get to roll 5 dice, and they eliminate me outright. So my points go down to -1. Now I get my next in line will be 3. Unfortunately, it's just going to be against that one little infantry guy. He gets eliminated, so I get my point back. And now I have how many rolls? I have 4 rolls against that tank. And I eliminate that tank, so I get a point. So I go to +1 point. So now I have 3 units here, plus the wireless, plus the supply convoy, plus Ralph the leader. I don't think I gave myself credit for Ralph the leader there, but that's on me. So Tobruk, I went 1, 2, 3. I was right here. I only get 1 point because if you defeat the Saharan force, the better ones, you only get 1 op point. All right, so I start here. I can move 3, but I'm going to have to stop at this desert hex right here. So I can actually move 4 because if you start in an oasis, you get an extra movement. So 1, 2, 3. I'm in the Katara depression. I draw a card, and I hit another offensive card. For each objective marker you currently control, gain 1 RP. I control 1 objective marker, so I get an op. So I'm up to 4 ops. I'm going to spend an op, and we're going to go back to Cairo. 1, 2, 3. So I now have completed. So I have my objective. So now all I have to do is kill 8 of the enemy. So what I got to do is I got to go out in force and kick butt, pretty much. So let's do it. So I'm going to go out here. I'm going to add another truck, and I'm going to, where do I want to go first? So I'm going to go 1, 2 at Alamein, and I'm looking for trouble. Now I'm looking for the enemy morale check. KIA index currently positive. Yes, it is. So I gained 2 ops. 1, 2. So I'm up to 5 ops. Things are starting to look a little bit better for me. So I cost myself an op, and I'm going to go 1, 2. I'm in friendly territory, so there's no card draw. I cost myself another op. Go here, and I'm going to draw a card. Orders from Cairo. So this is either going to gain or lose me an op, possibly. So I lose 1 op, so I'm down to 2 operation points now. So now I cost myself an op to 1. I'm going to go 1, 2. If it's intel, shifting sands. If the operating force is a sapper or wireless, I can ignore it. Otherwise, lose 1 op. So I can ignore that card. But that hurt because that needed to be intel or combat. So I'm using my last op point. Hopefully, I can get another op point through this move. 1, 2, 3. Because I started in an oasis. Looking for trouble here. Sandstorm. So the game is over. So roll 1 die for each operating unit. On a 1, it is eliminated. Units enter or adjacent to spaces with supply column bases. So this won't affect me because Sandstorm won't affect me, but because I'm in Oasis. But I failed because I needed to get the mission was to recover 1 real objective, which I did. But it was also to get my KIA 9+, and I didn't get my KIA 9+. Well, that's all for this time. I will possibly be playing more of this live. Please check out all my channels. Also check out my Odyssey channel in addition to my YouTube channel, because I'll be posting eventually things on Odyssey that I won't be posting on YouTube, but I will still be posting things on YouTube. All right, everybody, thank you. Have a good day.